how sensitive will it be in terms of it costing too much? You know that the president's counter is going to be, I didn't need to spend all this money to get us back. We were doing great before this pandemic that the Democrats blew out of proportion.
You know, there are kind of two parts to this. The first one is to remind everyone that Trump just spent $1.5 trillion in giveaways to billionaires, millionaires, and giant corporations. I mean, it's all there for the rich people. And what did the Republicans say about that? Not a problem at all. But the second part is to remember something like procurement. We're already spending that money. We're buying steel. We're buying toilet paper. The difference is that the vice president is saying, you want to sell toilet paper to the United States of America, and frankly, that's a big contract. You want to do that, you got to go green. You want to do that, you got to pay your workers a living wage. You want to do that, you've got to give small businesses a chance. You want to do that, you've got to hire American workers. We're going to do this right here in the United States. He's got the idea, you build an economy from the grassroots up.
I've argued on the show before when we were measuring the field that you were the best political athlete that the Democrats had on their side of the ball, to use that metaphor. Do you think Joe Biden can pick an Elizabeth Warren, or do you think he has to pick a woman and a woman of color?
Oh, look, the decision on vice president is up to Joe Biden. And no matter who he chooses, I am 100% behind the ticket, and I'm going to work my heart out to get it done, to get Joe Biden into the White House, to get a Democratic Senate and a Democratic House, to help us in the state houses and the state legislatures. There is so much we need to do, and I am all in to help in any way I can.
So you would accept the role if you were asked?
I am all in to do whatever I can do to help. The decision is the vice president's.
You're a little worried about the scrutiny on the decision from the perspective of winning the election. You know, what's the fear in the Democratic Party? That you guys will splinter yourselves with checking boxes and purity tests. If Joe Biden were to not pick a woman, by all indications he says he would, but if he picked a man, or if he picks a woman who's not black, do you think that there's going to be unrest in the party and you're not going to get the turnout you need to win?
Look, like I said, the decision is up to him, but let's be clear what a big part of this election is going to be about. It's Donald Trump's failures. Donald Trump was a failed president before we hit the coronavirus crisis. And look what he's shown us in the last 5 months. This is a man who is just totally overmatched, who simply cannot manage. And we see people getting sick and dying every single day because he is so incompetent. And here's the thing, he's not just incompetent, he actually seems to have no human empathy. He has given no indication that he cares about the tens of thousands of people across this country who have died. He has no plan. He has no plan for testing. He has no plan for our economy. And he has no plan. We have nurses today. I spoke with nurses this morning who can't get personal protective equipment. 5 months into this crisis.
We hear it all the time.
And we are still struggling for masks.
We hear it,
so,
and we're going to struggle again in the fall.
I think that's
when
exactly
goes up
right.
Again. And you talk about procurement, that would be a great place to start. Let me get your legal acumen on the decisions today. Look, you can see them different ways, but there's going to be a delay no matter what. They're being played in the media, at least with the taxes, that the president can't block the taxes as if there's a win in that, but you guys won't be able to get them during the duration of this campaign either. So is it a win or is it a nothing?
You know, there's an old saying, justice delayed is justice denied. The idea that you don't just need the right outcome, you need it now.
Yeah.
And that's the problem we've got around being able to see Donald Trump's taxes. So look, I think that there's a good chance he'll be able to hold off until after November 3rd on revealing his taxes. But boy, that should be a message loud and clear in big flashing neon lights that Donald Trump has got a lot to hide. He is trying to cover up for his own corruption and for his corrupt government. And once again, that's where you see the kind of comparison. Joe Biden is a man who's put his taxes out there for everyone to see. He's also a man who wanted to have an inspector general oversee the work he did in the last bailout with the Obama-Biden administration. Donald Trump, exactly in the opposite direction. I'm telling you, the contrasts in 2020 could not be clearer. And that's why I'm in this fight all the way for Joe Biden.
Senator Warren, thank you very much. The best of health to you and the family.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right. If the president thinks that Black Lives Matter is a symbol of hate, he's not going to like what just landed on his doorstep today. No, not his current home in Washington, but we'll show it to you. But more importantly, we'll talk about his reaction next.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network. Give people more plans to mix and match at a price built for everyone. With $700 off our best phones when you switch. Because everyone deserves the best. This is unlimited built right.
You know when your dog is itching for a treat. Itching for an outing. Or itching for some cuddle time. But you may not know when he's itching for help, licking for help, or rubbing for help. If your dog does these frequently, they may be signs of an allergic skin condition that needs treatment. Don't wait. Talk to your veterinarian and learn more at itchingforhelp.com.
This is not a mask. This is confidence.
It's for getting out and working anywhere other than home.
This is not a mask. This is solidarity.
It's for opening the door to a friend and keeping the doors open to your favorite places.
This is not a mask. This is a sign of love.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and I'm a professional chef.
And I'm Tyler. When he was in 9th grade,
I was a do-it-yourself kind of kid, so Mom found a school that was tailored for me, Connections Academy.
going to class online really works well for me. I have a flexible school day and teachers who are there to support me.
Which gave me the confidence I needed to follow my dreams.
That's a recipe for the future.
Online learning may feel new, but Connections Academy has been helping students and their families thrive online for 20 years. Enroll now for the fall.
Searching for a bumper cover replacement after yours disappeared on the freeway? Got it. What about that driver's side mirror that just fell off when you backed out of the garage? Got it. Or a taillight your brother-in-law broke with his bad golf swing? Got it. At CarParts.com, we know the most important part of all is the one you need to get your car back on the road. We carry a huge inventory of parts, even collision parts, with savings of up to 50% off. All delivered to your door and covered by our 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get the right part for the right price right now at CarParts.com.
This is Steve. He used to have gum problems. Now he uses TheraBreath Healthy Gums Oral Rinse with clinically proven ingredients, and his gum problems have vanished. TheraBreath. It's a better mouthwash at Walmart, Target, and other fine stores.
The conversation.
We're living in uncertain times, but you can shape the future of our country right now. There are 3 things you can do. First, complete the 2020 census. Your response is completely confidential, and it can be filled out online or by mail. Second, if you're eligible, become a U.S. citizen by starting the process online. And third, if you are a citizen, register to vote now and use your voice on Election Day. To learn more, go to Adelante.
It's CNN.
Closed captioning brought to you by InventHelp. Call 1-800-710-0020.
Do you have an idea for an invention? Call today for free information.
Call 800-710-0020.
Powerful message being sent to the president today, and it's sitting right outside his prized Fifth Avenue tower in Manhattan. Black Lives Matter. The city painted this large mural right in front of the Trump Organization's headquarters today, led by Mayor Bill de Blasio. It's the second time the words have appeared in large letters outside one of Trump's current homes. You may recall DC's mayor first had Black Lives Matter painted across 2 blocks near the White House last month. The president has called the New York City project a symbol of hate, saying it would denigrate the luxury avenue. Remember that the next time that he says he cares about the situation of Black Americans. You're never going to hear him say that there's systemic racism, or at least you haven't. But the idea that he sees Black Lives Matter as opposition to the MAGA slogan, what does that tell you? He even suggested that police officers could block the work. Now, is that an unfathomable response? Not from him. In light of all we've seen, the mass protests, the nationwide reckoning, the cries of parents like this man on Fifth Avenue today who lost his son years ago in a police-related shooting.
To all the other parents that lost their children at the hands of NYPD or any police agency, this is for you.
The pain and the hurt is what has to be heard. It's not about politics. It's not about us and them. It's just about us and what we decide to be together. Now, on the COVID front, we've earned that battle together also, and the battle is not going well. No. Things were bad at hospitals in Arizona when we last spoke with this ICU nurse in April. Remember her? She went out and stood up to protesters silently. She started a fund to help Native Americans in Arizona. Remember, that's how we were introduced to her. But she wasn't just one moment. She's still there doing the job. So we went back to Nurse Leander in Arizona, which has now become an epicenter. I want to follow up with our frontline hero. I want to know what Lauren's life is like. I want to know what she's seeing. I want to know what her reaction and her coworkers are to what they're getting from our leadership. Next.
From local radio to the White House to a worldwide audience, CNN's Michael Smerconish has had a heck of a ride. Join Michael for an entertaining and poignant look at his one-of-a-kind career. Things I wish I knew before I started talking. Saturday at 10.
When was the last time you really looked out the window? What do you see? The awakening